Self-evaluation for album advert. I feel that my album advert is successful due to the fact that it relates to rock music, due to the link to fire and destruction. This is the key convention of rock music. I used a puppet warp to posterise the look of the flames and make them look much more interesting. I have also edited the tone and the warmth of the colours so that the black and purple titles contrast against the yellow background. My advert is also successful as it includes a picture of the album cover in the corner so that the audience are aware as to what the album looks like that is being advertised. I have also included additional information such as when the album is released and where it can be purchased. This will be useful for the audience as otherwise I'd just be advertising an album that they have no idea about and they'd have to do their own research, which may be a lot more effort on their part. So by providing the information, it's one less job for them. My target audience as it relates to the conventions of rock music by having flames and rock logos on it. I created my own logo using a logo maker named Rocket. I feel that this was successful as it coordinated the rest of my advert. It was after my audience feedback though that I decided to only have one record label logo advertised on the advert as it looked too crowded with both ones. But just the singular one draws attention to itself and makes it much more memorable. I met my audience's expectations by including some of the songs on the front of the advert that would be in the album, as well as things like a release date. Despite this, having asked my audience members for feedback on the advert, I discovered that many of them thought it might be useful for me to include a picture of the band members to create an element of direct address. As well as this, it may be useful for audience members to relate to the advert more and buy the album, as they are more likely to connect with a face than just a background. With this in mind, some audience members thought it less important to have an artist member on the front, as the advert can be just as interesting and possibly more engaging without one. With this in mind, if I were to redo my album advert, I would experiment by putting artist members on the front. The reason, however, that I didn't do this in the first place is because I wanted to link it to my album cover, which didn't have a picture of my artist on the front. And I chose to do that because I thought that by having flames it'd have a stronger link to the music, which would create more interest on the audience's part than just a picture of a person's face.